Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Decryption and I hope you are well. Today is a glorious day. Narrative has received a new update. We are on version 2.8 and there are a buttload of changes in it that are going to be awesome to try out. So go and download the latest version and let's start looking at the new updates. The biggest visual update you will see is Narrative has received a full UI update. So as you begin quests, you can see we now have a really nice new highlighted font. Everything is moved up really nicely. All the functionality is still there, fully customizable. And you will see when we begin dialogue, the camera now fades in nicely. We now have new selectable options. It's all really cleaned up. Of course, you can completely overwrite it if you need to and change it to whatever you want. And let's jump into our next part. You saw the camera fading in. Another big thing in this update is camera controls. Before, you would have to jump into your event graph, spawn the cameras, place the cameras, move the NPCs to the right locations, move the cameras between each section. It was a lot of repetitive tasks. Now Narrative has it all built in by default. So you can see in your class defaults in a dialogue, everything still looks really easy to use. You now have the auto rotate speakers boolean that will rotate each of the characters to look at each other. You've also got auto stop movement is now a boolean you can turn on and off. So if your character's running up, before your character would just stop where it is, cars and stuff. Now with the auto stop movement, it will just keep going if you want it unticked. Now for the bigger options is the camera options. By default, it's enabled, so you may run into some issues if you upgrade an old project where you already have cameras in, but it shouldn't take long to upgrade. You can turn it on and off. You can adjust the blend time. 0 will make it snap just like old Narrative did, and anything higher will make it nicely fade in. You'll have a dialogue camera class which will control how your camera acts, so that will change the distance, the blending, the viewport size, all of that camera setting goodness. You have a camera shake. If you look on the screen, you will see there is a very subtle camera shake. You can completely disable that if you want and add your own camera shakes in using the Unreal shake system. You have the dialogue shots to select reply shots and the player talking shots. If you want different randomized shots between all of the characters, you can add them into these 3 sections. The dialogue shots will be shared between all the different characters talking. Select reply shots will randomize between the NPCs, and the player talking shots will randomize between the player talking. The next ones is we have different sequences specifically for the player and the replies now. So no longer do you have to do it at each individual dialogue level. You can do it generically for the entire dialogue, which is fantastic. One of the bigger things that Narrative has been upgraded with, which is an absolutely fantastic update, is you can now use Narrative events to find actors in the world or spawn objects directly from a Narrative event. You no longer need the Narrative world controller. You can do it all directly in Narrative, which is fantastic. I've not found any limitations to it yet, so it really does look like it's been a fantastic upgrade. The next update is on the Narrative widget. When you spawn it, you now have the option to show the player's name or not, and this will go and get the name of the character in the game, or however you have set it up in Unreal. So now you can see that I've ticked if I begin the game. When I talk to him, if I select an option, it will say the name of my computer or the name that my Unreal has been configured with. Really nice. The final things that have been upgraded are just general bug fixes. There was a bug with the UI where it was always active even though you couldn't see it. You would have seen that one of my profile pictures tutorial. That is now being fixed. You can now make a child class of the dialogue node NPC if you want to overwrite some functionality to use commonly across the board. And there has been a lot of replication and multiplayer fixes. So if you do run a multiplayer game, I highly suggest you upgrade to this, as you should get some better quality of life improvements. So thanks for watching, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you like this new update. So far, I'm absolutely preferring it. There's been the odd little bug when you're upgrading your system from the old Narrative to the new one. I've not experienced any bugs, as you can see on the screen so far. So hopefully it goes all nice and smoothly for you. But as you can see, it's all looking really nice. So thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.